Hello everyone! It is the 24th day of Shorty September. Holy crap! I can't believe it's the 24th. Okay, more importantly, it is Friday. So even though work has been a bitch this week, it's over in a couple hours. The nightmare's over, okay? So I am trying to decide what book I'm going to read for today, and I'm having a really hard time. Mainly because my whole life has been dictated by TBRs since like the first of this month. And now I'm in like open territory and I'm feeling insecure about the freedom. So I've narrowed it down to these three, okay? This one, which is like scary, like horror-y, I think. Things have gotten worse since we last spoke. But Amanda at the Reading and Writing Life said that she's heard this one was so terrible that someone even said in a review, why would you do this to people? So now part of me is like, now I want to find out why it's so bad. But also I've heard other people say it's good. So, okay, that's that. This one, Who Will Run the Frog Hospital, which is just delightful. It's a delightful coming-of-age romp, I feel. And it's giving me Dud Avocado vibes. Because it's two American friends in Paris. Okay. It says uproariously funny, which may be the vibe I'm feeling for today, but I don't know. And then this one, which I just got, which is Martha Wales All Systems Red. This is the beginning of the Murderbot series, which a million people have told me I will die for. So I do really want to read this one. But I found that I can also get the audiobook at the library. And I have to be in the office, physically in the office, like my actual ass in the office next Wednesday and Thursday. Those are the last 2 days of Shorty September. And so I'm like, shit, I have to be literally in the office. I can't be reading at my desk. It's the office. You know, what am I going to do? I still have to finish a book that day and like those last 2 days. So I'm like, the answer is obviously audiobooks, isn't it? So this one has an audiobook option that I could use for those last 2 days. So part of me feels like I need to save it. But I do really want to read that one. So really walking myself through this. These are the only two options, okay? Actually, do any of these have an audiobook? Hold on. Oh my god. This one does have an audiobook, and I can get it free through the new thing with Audible, where you get certain ones like for free, just part of your prescription, like it's drugs. It is like drugs. Through your subscription, you get these free ones that they decide. This is one of the ones I can get for free. So that's taken that one off the table. I think I've figured out which ones I'm reading for the 29th and 30th of September, because if I'm not able to read them in enough time, I can use the audiobook at work. So that leaves me with this one. Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke by Eric LaRocca. Obsession, Death, Whirlpool of Blackness. Yeah, okay, I'm for that. Okay, I'm in the bathroom eating Chinese food. It's a bit of a long story why I'm eating Chinese food in the bathroom, but mainly my desk and the dining table downstairs are covered in crap. Like, my work stuff is on my desk. It's just all over. It's been a mad work day. And my husband is doing the same thing to the table downstairs because he also works from home and also is having a mad work day. So all of his like computer and everything all over the place. So in order to find a place where I can spread out all of the bits of the Chinese and not worry about them going on the carpet is here in the bathroom, which is working actually. It's nice. It's quite sunny. The window's quite large. I quite like this space. Anyway, I was going to say, I'm now on page 25 of this book. It's quite a quick read actually, because there's a lot of like text messages and emails and correspondence and things. So it's not chock-a-block with text. You know, it's each of the pages, they're not sort of full up with words. But I think maybe I understand why people didn't like this. I think it might just be painfully boring. But also, it's so painfully boring. I feel like that's part of the trick. You know, like it was meant to be overly painfully boring in order for some plot device sort of thing to happen later. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's very boring. So I'm hoping that it's because these two characters are very boring people and we're supposed to understand that they're boring. Moving forward. Also, there's a thing at the beginning which leads me to believe that one of these two people has killed the other one, which, you know, makes me feel like it will get less boring coming soon. But we'll see. Jesus God, I feel like I was punched in the face by work today. But it's over. The nightmare's over for 2 days. I need a drink. You almost blew it! We're on our way to get a present for the little girl that Emma's gonna sleep over her party tomorrow.
Lexi!
And we just saw her in the road now. She was walking, and Emma was like, "Hi, we're gonna go get your..." And I stopped her. I was like, "Shh." She was like, "We're gonna go get..." Nothing. Y'all, we have lost our television remote control. And it is the most tragic thing that has happened in this house for years. Okay? Do you remember when you lost the remote control as a kid? You know, like in the 80s, 90s or whatever. You would have to just basically become the television's bitch for like a week or so until you found the remote again. Like you'd have to physically get up and pray to the television and like press the button for it to go on and then sit down. And then get up and then press it to go up a channel. Find a channel you like and then sit down like that. We don't even have that option now. Apparently televisions these days don't come with buttons on them. Why? Why don't TVs have buttons on them anymore? People still lose the remote control just as much as they used to. We can't turn on the TV. We can't turn it on? Like for a normal, like, you know, posh family, they would just, you know, do normal things. Like talk to each other and play board games. Guys, I need my TV on. Update. This book is still a snooze fest. So it's these two women talking to each other over email. They came together over the purchase of an apple peeler. And now they're just talking to each other about, you know, their lives and stuff. And it's a snooze fest. And I'm annoyed because I thought the reason it was going to be bad is because it was just like cheesy, you know, terrible writing, terrible characters. It's not even that. It's just super boring. Oh! Who did it? Who done it? Who done it? I done it. I did it. I did it. Ugh. I am the annihilator. After Googling the shit out of this problem, I have discovered there is a secret button in the back of the television. It's the same button that goes up and down normally to fix like the brightness on the screen. But if you press it in, who knew you could press it in? Okay, it turns the TV on. I am the emperor of the planet, okay? I am a genius. Did you just hear my kid? She just said I'm a genius. I'm on a roll, bitches. I need to go get a lottery ticket and just annihilate that bitch. So the good news is that the book stopped being boring. I finished it. But I feel like the bad news is pretty well summed up in this bit in the acknowledgement at the end, where the author says, "I must confess, I was in such a peculiar headspace while writing this particular novella. Things have gotten worse since we last spoke as a bizarre fantasy of manipulation and depravity. Though I am and will continue to be an advocate for an artist's mental health, I quite literally pushed myself to dangerous areas of my mind during those 5 days of creative Armageddon." It sounds like it was written by a guy on the brink. And, like, not in a good way. I fully understand now why that review was like, why would you do this to someone? There is some intense baby murdering. There's some lizard murdering. There's some rabbit eating other rabbits. There's, manipulation. Yeah, basically domestic abuse over the internet. There's the same kind of disgustingness I found in Come Join Our Disease when I was talking about that one, if you remember that one. But, like, way worse, to do with eating rotted meat. Basically, I spent a lot of time sort of trying to skim but not wanting to skim too far. So having to sort of dip in and out of the skimming to see that, like the gross baby murdering had finished before I could dip back in. Also, there's quite a strong element of the 50 Shades of Grey sort of dominance sort of element that I've never been for. I don't find it sexy. I find it abusive and gross, So that part's just me. That, like, I'm not into that. Do you know what I mean? But the rest of it, I would say, isn't just me. It's just, like, plain, like, it's messed up. I didn't enjoy it. Like, I like a bit of stuff that's messed up, to be honest. Like, some of the books I've read this month have been a bit cray, a bit messed up. But this one, I think, this one's taken me too far. Like, it's reintroduced me to my line, I think. It's like, my hard limit, was sort of pushing a bit back and back and back. And no, I found it again. It's back. So I'm going to give that a solid 2 stars, which is the lowest rating I've given any book for ages. Because usually when it's going to be a 2-star book, that's when I DNF it. So usually a book that I finish is either at least 3 stars or above. I was almost to the end. It's quite small. I've want to nail a book a day. So I finished it. I'm not going to give it 2 stars. And because it's like reintroduced me to my limit, tomorrow's book is going to be this middle grade child book. It's a scary one, ooh, scary. It's about scary stories and about this girl who likes scary books. And I think about a ghost and stuff. But also it's a child's book, so it's wholesome as fuck. And that, I feel, is what I need right now. I feel like I need it to soothe my soul and take me away from the edge of the crazy place. I feel like it'll be perfect as well for tomorrow, because tomorrow night is the very first night that I'm going to spend on my own in years. Because James is going out drinking with his mates, and Anwen is going on her very first sleepover ever in her life. I feel very emotional about it, but I hope she stays the whole night. Like, the house is only 2 doors down. So I have said to her mom, I was like, if you want to come knock my door at 2 a.m., that's fine. Like, I'm cool with that. Sorry to you for my child doing that to you, but, bring her back anytime. So I hope she doesn't wake up at 2 a.m. and go, Mommy, like, I want to go home. I hope she stays the whole night. But, even if she stays till like 2 a.m. or whatever, that's a whole night to myself for the first time in years. And what am I going to do with it, right? This, mate. This, some popcorn, some wine, some pajamas. Maybe I'll put the heat on for the first time in the whole, like, since the season, I'm so excited. This is going to be the best day. Okay. If you have any thoughts for me, any, like, comments, anything you want to say about this book or, this book or any other books, let me know. Some of you have asked about updates for Hank, and thank you. I don't know yet. We don't know anything yet. He hasn't done, like, the bloody mouth thing today. But we don't have any news back from the vet, like they were going to do tests or whatever. So he seems better. But to be honest, he seemed much better between the 2 bouts of, like, bloody mouth, So we're still a bit worried about him, but he seems okay at the moment. But anyway, thank you for watching. I will see you hopefully tomorrow.